Ipswich Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich Buses today. A single £1.20, a return only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talk in Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to our Ipswich Buses Matchday Ticket full-time fans react show. We have won a game of football. Never have 3 points tasted so sweet. And not only did we win, we actually had to gut out a performance and show a lot of resolve and backbone on the road against a good side in Lincoln. So I am absolutely delighted. If I was feeling 30% before the game, I'm certainly feeling a lot better after a win. And that's what a win can do to you as a football fan. It can really pick you up, particularly when you are feeling quite down. There we go. Not the screen as well. I'll bring Amy Downs back in while I sort out the furniture. Amy.
That was good timing. I was just pouring my drink.
Town of one, Amy. What are we going to say about that?
Absolutely over the moon. I think that game, personally, I'm not really sure why I was so worried about Lincoln. Everyone was saying, oh, they're such a good side, we're going to get battered. But I didn't really think they brought much to the table. But I think that's because we controlled the game. And the first half, obviously, was fantastic. And just seeing Burns, Chelina, Bon and Coulson, that cross in for the goal was, oh my God. I'm so excited about getting to some games next month now.
Yeah, a huge thank you, by the way, to everybody who has been sending me video clips all afternoon. I can't thank you enough. You've kept me up to date. And yeah, well and truly, thank you. I won't say who they are for obvious reasons, but big shout out. Andrew Burbridge. That's what I asked for. Thanks, ITFC. Joe Green, you legend. First win, beer on me, Gov. When I'm back able to drink, I'll certainly be putting those in the till of away day beers. That's a well-deserved beer. Oh, I can't have one tonight. It's a shame. But we've won. I'm literally buzzing, peeling myself off the ceiling. Teddy Bishop was a non-entity. You know, let's face it, he was Teddy Bishop, where we all remember. But we've actually won a game of football, and I was able to send out a text to all of the contributors. I'm going to ask you in a second, who was your man of the match? And I've not had to send that text out yet all season. I've finally had it ready to go, and it's gone, and we've won. So I want to hear from you guys and girls now. Really, I want to hear from yourselves in the chat. I want to get you on the show. Links have been sent out. Links in the chat. So get yourselves involved. Let's get some positivity flowing through this show because we've just won a game of football. Fixture Blues. Anyone making the comparisons to Hurst here? He only won against top of the league. Owen. We're going to win the league. Great to see Amy representing the Leeds-based town fans. Rax Max, not sure who's happier, me or the cat, as she didn't get a kick onwards and upwards. Michael, get in town. Hopefully a massive confidence boost this season will kickstart. Mark Dowling, have a weekend for a jam. So delighted for everyone. Mark, got yourself on the show. Let us know what you thought of it. John's had no link. John, links down the chat, my man. There it is. Amy, so who's man of the match for you, Amy?
Well, do you know what? Earlier on in the game, I think it was what we were doing up front that I loved, but I think that's because I haven't seen a full game yet this season. I'm used to last season's not having a shot on goal all game. So I've got the double overwhelm today of not only have we won, I actually got to see us shooting towards the goal. So for me, I very, very much enjoyed Bon, Chelina, Burns. I knew he was going to be amazing, and I'm really pleased with seeing him today. But the whole point in today is that we didn't concede. That is what was so special about today after what's been going on so far this season. So you have to point towards the back four. I liked Colson a lot, but that might be more for him pushing forward. But I think it's got to go to Donatian coming in and taking his place.
Yeah, I
taking his spot.
I do agree. It's just that the one player I haven't got a graphic made up for is Donatian, because I didn't expect it. I've done Edmondson, Burgess, I've done mostly everybody. But when it got to Donatian, I thought, I've got more chance of being man of the match. So he's currently winning the poll between the contributors. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. I'm hoping the other half of the contributors come through with somebody else. If you're watching and you want to say Bon, I've got a bomb one ready to go, so you can certainly do that. But joining us on the show now is TJ from Lincoln. T, T, you're looking smart, man.
Thank you very much. How are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing better now. We've won a game of football. Talk us through what you saw from your prime position.
It's what we needed to do. It was defensively minded. It was more dogged, less attacking, but it did the job, and that's what we needed. So, yeah, delighted. The town fans were excellent today as well. I've got to say that. They're incredible. Yeah,
they did sound in fine form. I said at the start of the show, TJ, that it was a win, but a win that also showed guts and determination. Is that something that was fair to say?
Yeah, there's loads of character. I thought JD was the pick of the bunch, but the back five were incredible. They just did their job. It was a bit shaky at times. There wasn't enough sticking up top, but we did what we needed to do, I think, and we got a win, and that's all we need. So we'll just crack on after this, see what we do against Sheffield Wednesday, I think. What did you think from hearing about it or watching it at home?
Amy, what did you think about it?
I thought it was the first time we've probably seen what this team is capable of. I think it was seeing that we are solid and that we have potentially got it all. Like we've finally had a strong performance from the defence where we just seemed calm. And we just seemed composed, like we were saying before the show. We just seemed like we had a plan, and the confidence as well. Which, given the individual errors so far this season, I wasn't expecting to see so much confidence. But it just felt like night and day from last weekend. Yeah. I think.
How did you feel the back five played, TJ?
Yeah, every time a ball went in the box, you felt like it was going to be clear.
Yeah.
Hladky
stood out for you, because I thought Hladky, after the recent weeks, came in and was impeccable.
I can't really fault them, to be honest. Colson did his job.
Oh, we've just lost TJ. I'll try and bring him back in a second. I'll bring in Coxie while TJ either crosses the road or disappears from the VIP area. But if he's there, I'll bring him back. Coxie, how did you see it from your expert position, as always, the eagle-eyed Peter Cox?
My expert position. Well, it was just what the doctor ordered. It was, they got the result, but having seen last week's absolute shit show, that defensive was 100% better today. Good God, they were immense. Yeah,
I was just asking TJ there about Hladky. How did you see him? Because obviously he came in, he's had a bad couple of weeks. He's gone from 1 to 3, 3 to 2, and then back in. How did you rate his performance?
Well, you have to say, as you said, what he's been through the last few weeks, a great test of character for him, and a great deal of professionalism. He's come back in, and now he obviously hasn't either sulked or let it get him down. He put in a performance. So, when he was needed, he was called. He didn't really have that much to do, but that's to do with the defence in front of him. But when called upon, he done it. Yeah.
That's exactly what Martin and I were saying before the show. Actually, I think with the keeper, I still can't pronounce his name. With the keeper, I think it's the defence has been really struggling with confidence, with consistency, with their individual errors. So when they step up to the plate and they start doing their job, the pressure is off the keeper and he's not quite so prone to errors himself. So hopefully today he was able to perform a bit more to his abilities, because they were. And what TJ said was absolutely right. Every time the ball went into the area, you just felt confident that someone, mostly Danassian, was going to clear it.
Yeah, you did right there, Amy. You know, if you're a goalkeeper and you have confidence in the people in front of you, that makes a hell of a difference. That showed today. It really did. Are you with us, Martin?
Well, I hope I still am. Yeah, it's touch and go at the moment here at Lambert Towers. It looks like the tech is also not feeling particularly great today. Deciding to have one of its off days. Well, yeah, some would say that. We've got Ian Claydon at relief for Cook, onwards and upwards. Facebook user Danassian was a rock. John Warren, everyone congratulating the players for the win, but slagging Cook when we got the results. Let's give him some credit. I think we were just doing that. I think,
we've got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've spent a lot of this week, in fact, the last couple of weeks, slagging him off. I'm not, you know me, I'm not one to call for a manager's head or anything until like very late on. But I was starting to give up. I still have my questions about his substitution today. I personally would have preferred us to be going for a second goal rather than clinging on right till the 7 minutes of injury time at the end. So I still have my questions, but as we said on the pre-show, it just feels like actually maybe he did have a plan, and maybe it's slowly starting to come together now that all the players are becoming fit and getting used to each other. Maybe they did need time to gel. Hope so.
Come on,
yeah, absolutely. Julian took all the budgies and fans who know nothing about football wanting Cook out. That one's for you. I mean, just pump the brake a little bit. It is the first win, and we've got to be positive about it. But let's not turn a positive win into a mud flinging. Let's all celebrate it together, because it's for all of us. We've all sat through the first 5, 6, 7 games. Duncan Ferry loved the fight and determination to win, and Hayden Calls made a huge contribution, and it's not too serious. Phoenix Rising, says Mark Dow. Matt Phillips, Phoenix Rising, how did you see it? I'll be back to say.
It's got
and
it's
over to us.
Well, it was great, and I agree with you, Amy. I thought Danassian was the man of the match. I mean, it's sort of night and day, wasn't it, compared to Kane last week, having to get hauled off after 20 minutes, and then we're saying our right back is man of the match today. It was good to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely was. I think they all almost sort of reached their promise today, didn't they? There's still a long way to go. There's like Martin's absolutely bang on. It could just be a flash in the pan, but I still think we need to credit them with a good performance, and hopefully this being the start of us starting to build ourselves up now. And
it's the foundations now, and we've got to build upon this. Absolutely.
The Lincoln media are really salty about the goal. They're adamant. It was a foul in the box by Macaulay.
What about their disallowed goals? What did you guys think about that? Because there was a disallowed one, and I think there was one that was called a foul just before it was in, wasn't it?
There was the I can only remember there was one that was offside. I'm told.
Yeah, that's definitely offside.
I'm told he was well offside. But yeah, they apparently Appleton got a yellow moaning about the Ipswich goal at half time.
Really? I'm probably surprised them, because I bet they weren't expecting such a solid performance from us, were they? That the whole
after last week,
the media and the whole build-up was that they're going to find it easy to find the gaps in our team, wasn't it? So
yeah. I mean, it's just a week is a long time in football, isn't it? This time last week, everyone was crying. Then we lose to West Ham.
It has been a long week.
Now it has, yeah, it's got to. And then we pulled this result out of the bag. It's brilliant. I would even have taken. Even if he'd scored with like 5 minutes to go, I'd have been happy maybe with a draw, because, as you rightly say, Amy, you started seeing some progress there, I feel, today.
Which we've said from the beginning. So that's why I will never, ever tell somebody who's not happy with Cook that they're wrong, because actually I can understand the frustrations, and I've been right there in that boat the last couple of weeks for definite.
Yeah,
but I think
Martin and I have, after the games at Portman, had a little whinge.
Yeah, I think it's going to be natural the way we've been playing at times. But so the Lincoln media are upset about Macaulay Bond's goal, are they? Is I hear that right?
Yeah. They were saying that he pushed the defender.
Oh,
fuck off. For me, looking at it from my perspective, he could obviously say he couldn't get to the ball. Macaulay had him beaten hands down, and just there was hands on the back. I think he just felt a bit of contact, and just for me just went down, and Oh yeah, they're bitching and moaning like anything. Yeah.
I mean,
Wasn't
for
gi-
me,
wasn't
yeah.
given, was it, though?
As a defender, as a coach talking to a defender, you're going to say, be stronger. Don't let him push you if he has. And as an attacker, you always teach your lads to be aggressive. Go for that ball. Make it yours. Don't back out of a 50-50. So that's football. It's football. That's salt. That is. I mean, Portsmouth lost again lost today. So that's
Cambridge.
To Cambridge. They're coming up for us.
And
Obviously,
Lincoln had stuck 5 past them last week.
Yes. Well, Lincoln are a decent side. We've just shown some guts and resolve. You mentioned you voted for Donatian in our contributors man of the match. What did you see from the Don, as some people have messaged me calling him? What did you see?
From him? It was just what we were saying while you were just sorting your tech out. We were just saying he looked a lot more solid than what we were on the right side last week when obviously Kane was taken off, unfortunately. They just seemed like a rock. It reminded me of one of them sort of Toto displays from last season where like you shall not pass. It was that kind of display from him. Maybe that's a contributory factor to why we've won the game, because that there wasn't no space down the channels that Bolton pretty much exploited last week and got all their goals from.
Yeah. Wes Burns, do you feel, because at certain points of a game, as it starts to wind itself on, we become more vulnerable to attacks down the wing. Do you feel the wingers maybe need freshening up a little bit earlier? Because, again, at times Lincoln was starting to overload the fullbacks.
Matthew did say towards the end, didn't he, that we were getting overloaded on that side, and that it felt like if anything was coming, it was coming from that side. So I think you've hit the nail on the head. That's the worry, and I was so excited by watching him first half. But the second, if he can't do that side of his game, then that is going to be a bit of a concern. But hey, if we score 5 goals, it won't matter, will it?
Well, no, I guess that's completely true.
I thought he might come off actually when they brought Aluko on. I was surprised they took Fraser off. I thought it was going to be Burns.
I didn't like that sub. Not one bit.
No, you really didn't.
Didn't like that sub one bit. We couldn't hold the ball up, and I was thinking, you got Joe Pigott and you got James Norwood, who are big brutes. Macaulay Bonne can play on the wing for 10 minutes, I'm sure. Let's get somebody like a Norwood or a Pigott up to hold the ball.
And holding it up,
because it was just bouncing back every time, wasn't it?
Yeah. It panned out.
What happened to that Lincoln player? What's his name? Edwards Bishop or something? I mean, was he playing? Apparently, wanted revenge or something.
Barely heard him mentioned, did you?
No. Other than the foul he committed, I think it's the only time I ever heard his name mentioned.
I think Brenner say, he's probably got himself injured after that foul.
Yeah, probably,
It wasn't, from the video I was sent, it was an awful foul. Ben Moore, Brenner isn't as biased as most commentators. I do see fans' points of him being, but get on alongside him, he sounds like John Motson.
Oh, I really like him.
I'll discuss Brenner tomorrow, I think. He is my goat, I'm afraid. When you listen on the radio without any pictures or videos, it's flipping heck fire. He wets himself over a throw-in. But anyway, we've got Matty Willis.
He's building excitement because he's telling us what he can see and we can't. It's radio, Martin.
And you're supposed to paint a picture for me. not make me have a heart attack. Matty Willis, the link up between Coulson, and I want some passion as well. Is that too much to ask for my local radio? Anyway, I'll save it tomorrow. Matty Willis, the link up between Coulson, Sleen and Fraser. And Fraser in the first half. I want Andy Johnson, Matt. Basically, I want that. Get yourself up.
Sleen was unlucky not to score. He had an opportunity on the edge of the box.
He did. That was the
box. Unlucky not to get in there.
You see,
he's got a bit of rust to shake off, and obviously, but he played well. This first game back.
I did stick on a 5. I think he might get that second debut goal, but
worth a punt, mate. Yeah.
And look at this, Cruncher's got Ashton Cuddles. What a meeting of minds that is. Martin, I'm gonna chip off. I'll see you all tomorrow.
No worries. I'll see you tomorrow 1:30. There we go. We've got Rax Match regards. Many things you can find BBC at the Impartial. Fixed Blues agrees. Blue Punch up yours, Lincoln. Couldn't have got off the mark against the better side. If we just run through as we sort of round up this fans react show, because when it's happy, people like to just sit and chill and listen to the positivity. The link is still available, though, should you wish to come on and have your say as to why you feel Town won today, how much more time this gives Cook, who stood out for you, etc., etc. Benjamin Michael at a wedding today, so could watch. So happy for Paul, for the club. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Monty, well done, lads. Held a lead for 90 minutes or whatever minutes he wants to put. Mark Cross, we're all smiling, and so are all Town fans up and down the country. Let's all cuddle and enjoy the moment. And Amy, you've been given something because we've won, haven't you?
Have I?
Yes.
Miss Cider?
Yes.
Well, I had a cider in the fridge, and I wasn't going to have a drink tonight, but I told myself that I will allow myself to have a drink tonight. I've had a passion fruit and pineapple cider to celebrate the win.
You're not having a drink. You're not having a drink today. There's a white at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Come on.
Well, exactly. But no, it's there. I went and got it when we were about 3 minutes into injury time, thinking surely we're there, and that was when they didn't know how many minutes of injury time we had, and then I was like, if I open it, I'm going to jinx us, aren't I? I daren't. So only in League One could you not actually know how many minutes of injury time you've got left of your game. Absolutely bonkers.
I at 7 minutes I did say, it's all right, it's done, it's in the bag, relax. And people then were saying, oh no, you're going to jinx it. I was like, nah, it's fine, it's relaxed in the bank. John Ipswich, perfect night, go and watch, never lost at home, get in. Yes, enjoy that. I hear it's pretty good, John. Damien, thank you very much for the £5 super chat. Buzzing got our first win. So appreciate that I can share this win with you and talk. Yes, so am I. It's bittersweet for me, because obviously I should have been there to celebrate this win in the proper manner. But sadly, my health gave out and I couldn't be. But so this makes it better. Thank you very much, Damien. It means a lot. And it's just
I thought you would have been there, Amy. Is that that's on my knowledge of the geographical north? Is that
plastic fan, isn't she?
Lincoln from Leeds, is it?
It's too far for me. It's like the Midland games. I will try and get to the Midlands at least once a season, but it's a good 2.5 hour drive for me. I made the mistake pre-children of driving to Peterborough, thinking it wasn't very far, and it is blooming miles. So I just no games this month with a very, very busy summer for me. But I am doing two next month to make up for it. So.
Bald and Blue says last week I couldn't see our go. I said our guys couldn't catch a cold. Today I have man flu and Ipswich win. I think the Town fan base are on the beers today. We're celebrating this win. Either that or I just simply can't read the messages coming through because there's a lot of jumbled up words. Monty, 0 shots on target. Fixture Blue, never any in doubt. I'll bring Coxie back in a minute once the webcam has been sorted. Matt Stannard, that was hilarious. He put the board up, just had 2 dashes. Callie would like the link. Callie, the link is with you, my brother. It's in your WhatsApp. Did I press send?
It's one of those things that you go back into right. Why haven't you replied to my message? Oh yeah,
sent it to Crunch. Sent it to TJ. Oh, sorry, Cal. I didn't press send. I'll send it now. Sorry, mate. There you go. Sorry, my bad. I fucked up there, didn't I? Ben Moore, looking forward to tomorrow next week. The Talking Town family got me Cambridge away already. Yeah, me too. Rax Max, good to see the ITFC retirement village down the road still struggling. Also, village idiots in opposite direction losing. Did they lose to Watford?
I didn't. Oh yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Fuck me, that's a bad result, isn't it? Oh, geez, like you want to kickstart your season after playing Man City, Liverpool, all the top sides.
This is the one they'll have been waiting for, isn't it?
Yeah. Dr. Zach King, Grim 1-0 win. Exactly what I wanted, predicted for once. Lots of positivity coming in. I absolutely love it. Get in, says John. Up the fucking switch, says Jack Bourne. Cole Brooks, 3-1. What? 3-1?
Nice.
They'll be sick as parrots.
Oh, it's a lovely weekend when we win and they lose, isn't it?
It really is. Here he is, live and exclusive to us from outside Lincoln. Callie, welcome in, my man. How you doing?
Fucking brilliant, mate. Buzzing. I said we'd win.
You've just said...
Listen, ask Cruncher and Colin. This is the lucky charm. Curtis. It's his first game. It's his first game at Ipswich and we win.
Curtis.
So guess who's coming to Sheffield in that Cruncher next?
You should hope so.
You don't know it yet, though.
Curtis, we want you every single week now, my man. That's it. You're booked out for the rest of your life.
Show me the money, man.
Don't worry. We'll get some people on the Ko-Fi. Don't worry. We need our
good fun. Get it set up.
I'm there to support, man. I'm there to support.
Good man. Nice to meet you.
It was a good game, man.
Yeah.
It's
Talk to
good
us about
game.
it. What did you see?
I saw us win a fucking game. And the cookie.
I'm jealous.
I saw.
So jealous.
You should have been there, but obviously I know you're here. But it was
Look
we
at
were
him, man.
actually
I'm fucking
defending
sweating
well.
like a.
Mate, I was sweating in there. We were all sweating in there at one point. Bloody hell.
I'm not surprised.
But JD, rock. Donasian was an absolute rock today. Everything that flew over, he was first to it. It was brilliant. You know, subs were subs. Luca did all right when he come on as well. Wolfen didn't surprise me. He didn't make a mistake. So I was quite happy to see that he didn't make a mistake. I want to see what happens with Coulson now, because he looked really good until he come off. And I think Cook's got a headache about his number one, because I thought Gladkey made some decent saves as well. So what do you do? Is it Norris and Holy all over again? Obviously just a slightly better character quality, but I don't know, man. I'm just happy. I'm buzzing. My voice is going. I had Colin next to me singing all game. I had Crunch next to me singing all game. It was brilliant. Atmosphere was brilliant. Really solid, you know, it's just bouncing. And then the relief, you could feel the relief when that 90, because first of all, the referee taking the piss, first of all, right? He put up the board, apparently, someone checked on their phone or whatever, and apparently it was 6 minutes that he was adding. Okay, you want to add 6 minutes, whatever. I don't know where you're getting it from anyway. Added 6 minutes. We ended up playing like 8 and a bit minutes of injury time. And I'm like, check your watch. And when he finally checked his watch, you could see he's like, oh shit, it's gone over. He quickly blew the whistle. But the relief, as soon as that whistle went, the relief was brilliant. And everyone was just like, yeah, okay, we're on our way. This is what we needed. We needed this. Now the players can believe that they've got it in them to see a game out. It's about game management, isn't it? How many times we've been up? Look at Wimbledon game. You know, it's completely different. Yes, Lincoln were knocking at the door, but they ran out of ideas, and we dealt with things pretty well. Obviously, I'm on a high at the moment, you know, so when I jump tomorrow, I'll probably analyze it a bit more. But I thought it was brilliant. I thought if I'm going to be, you know, the pessimist, as you like to say, you know, play devil's advocate or whatever, the other side of it, I thought we were a bit slow to press when we clear our lines and we sit in a bit deep. And that, I think against better sides, that may bite us. But I think for now, working on it, it's a badly needed win. E-I-E-I-E-I-O, up the Football League we go.
Absolutely, you know? Cal. Obviously, your boy Harper didn't make the 11. I did think of you when that team sheet came out.
I bet you did.
I really did. What did you make of it? And then what did you make of Harper's impact? And it was an impact from the bench.
Yeah. So I didn't think Carroll was too bad. I thought he did okay, but he wore out a little. Whether that's match fitness or whatever, he wore out from there. But I thought Rec when he come on, he did what he needed, what he do. He held the ball up well. The lino and ref had a really shocking game. Like they were shit, right? There was times there that they're chopping them, and you know I think Bond got chopped down. Half was getting like blatantly pushed in the back in front of the lino. Nothing's happening. So no, it was one of those. It was a bit frustrating, but we won. I'm happy. I'm happy to see him there. Oh, we've got some more Ipswich fans as well. We've got David and that.
Absolutely. A quick word before I let you
We're
go.
on the pod. We're on the pod. They're telling him he's coming to all the games now.
Oh, he is. Don't worry. Talking Town will sort that. Hello, John. A quick word though, Cal, on Selena.
I thought he was all right.
Is that all you're going to say about Selena? The boy wonder? He just did all right? Or did he do better than all right? Because Felixstowe Blue wants to know your opinions on Selena. Wants to know particularly yours. Your opinions on Selena.
My particular opinion on Selena. I saw him smile at the end of the game. So he's not the same Selena that we saw under McCarthy. That's for sure. He seemed... We know what Selena's right. He'd give the ball to him at his feet and he'll run at the defenders. We know what he offers. I didn't have too high expectations. I knew he was going to be in the squad and I thought he was going to come off the bench. I personally don't think he made a good impact, but I thought he made a better impact if he come off the bench against tiring legs. But I guess part of that is like put out your strongest 11, and Selena is your strongest 11. I think see him against Sheffield. By the time we come round to Accrington, because we'll have Sheffield and Donny in between then, match fitness will be up there, and we should get 90 minutes out. And hopefully, we'll have 6 points between now and then anyway.
Perfect.
It's got realistic in it. Be realistic. But we're going up. I'm saying be realistic, and I'm here saying HMS Pistol is left top. We're on the way up.
I love it. Safe journey, Callie, and we'll sort Curtis out. I tell you what, Tux doesn't use his season ticket, so we've got Tux's ticket available, I reckon.
There you go. We've got a ticket for you.
There you go. Boom. Already sorted. Callie, appreciate your brother. Look after yourself. Speak to you tomorrow. Coxie, welcome back. Thank you for popping back on. If you just run through the team as we close the show, and I'd love to get the guys and girls' opinions in the chat. Hladky, rating out of 10 and why? We'll ask you first, Coxie, and then we'll take it in turns going through the team. So, Coxie, you're first up. Hladky, rating out of 10 and why, please?
I would say 6. When called upon, he done it. And as I said before, he's had a really sort of tough start to his time at Town. As you said, he arguably went down to 3rd choice, and now he's back up in the team today for whatever's wrong with Walton, whether he was dropped or he must be an injury, I should think. But I'll give him a 6. Yeah,
I think I'd agree with that. I think I actually thought if it wasn't going to be Donasian or Bon, it was going to be Hladky for man of the match, Coxie, because I just felt this was a different Hladky than the one we've seen so far. You know, he sounded like he held everything. It sounded like he commanded everything, and he just sounded generally positive.
I think he had more. He had more confidence with those in front of him today, as I said to Amy earlier.
Absolutely. We've got Oscar's very pleased. Carl Brooks says 6. He just kept a clean sheet. Coxie, sure it's the guaranteed 7. Safe journey, Callie from Brum, says John Warren. Matt Stannard says 7. Nervy start, but grew and did well. Ben Moore says 6. Okay, we'll go to the left back position for you, Amy. Hayden Coulson, rating out of 10. Understood of he came off injured, but rating out of 10. And what did you make of his performance?
And enjoyed seeing him. And if I remember right, it was his cross that set up the goal. For that alone, I would probably be tempted to give him a 7, but obviously because he didn't make the whole game, I feel quite harsh giving him a 7. So maybe a 6, 7, something like that. But yeah, that cross was beautiful. What a lovely goal. Yeah, I got sent the clip of the goal, and I then messaged you saying Clapham Scowcroft-esque. I don't know if you've seen the goal, Coxie, but it was a Clapham type ball in the box, wasn't it?
Well, it was, yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
I won't tell you what it did to me thinking about that.
Easy.
It is a family show, Amy. We do have sponsors.
You're a married woman now. Come on.
That's why it gets to that way. Finch 7. Edmondson, miles better than last week, says Leighton Durrant. Carl Brooks, Coulson 7, clean sheet and assist. Vincent Berg ground out a good win, 2 deep at times, too much space given to Lincoln out wide. Some great moves going forward. Selina and Burns outstanding. Harper made a good impact from the bench. I appreciate that comment there, Vince. Put more words in it next time for me while I'm struggling. Jackson Clayton. I had to get my glasses out halfway through because my eyes are going, fuck, we're flagging, lads. We're flagging. Jason Clayton, Coulson 7 until sub due to injury. Centre backs then, guys. Coxie, we'll start with you. Who do you want? You choose, Edmondson or Burgess?
I will choose Burgess. Early on in the game, he was having more touches than any other Ipswich Town player. Yeah, when he was called upon, he done it. He said, last week he had a stinker alongside Edmondson, but back to what we're seeing in earlier games, and I'll give him a 7.
7, yeah, like that. Burgess, Amy.
I think it's fair to give him a 7 as well. I think, to be honest, the way that they all played together at the back was what sort of got me about what I saw them today. I just think I've been worried about whether they were going to make a decent partnership, but I think today was the start of, I know I've said it a few times so far in the show, but just a sign of what they could be. And I think they were all solid. So again, a 7 for me. I think there was some really, really good clearances. But as with Peter, actually, I think for me, Burgess was the one that stood out, especially early on. It was his name that kept getting mentioned constantly. So that for me showed that maybe he was marginally the better of the two. Okay.
The Don, Coxie, Janoy de Nassian, the return of the Nassians, as someone's saying on Twitter.
Well, you asked me for man of the match. I said Burns, but I think I'm dreadfully wrong on that whole man. He was the man of the match there, wasn't he today? He was up against Scully, who they were waxing lyrical about that he was Lincoln's man, but he kept him quiet. He's done everything, blood and guts almost blood and guts performance there. I'm going to give 8 or 9, 8.
Yeah.
8.
Room
Carl
to
Brooks,
improve. It's early on in the season.
To improve, yes.
Carl Brooks has given Donatian 11 out of 10. That's brilliant. Jason Clayton, bit way we're running an attacking left back, right backs, of course, injured, and KVY out of form. Then again, maybe this formation needs a more steady Eddie, doesn't want to cross the halfway line type of fullback, because it gives us a bit of that, solid 8 point. I don't know how Finch has come to this. Finch, have you got some sort of supercomputer? Do tell us, because you've come to a JD gets an 8.9354344434. Brilliant. Lee Evans, Amy.
Quiet. Potentially been given a bit of a buy into the team because of him being captain. Possibly one of the players that I noticed the least. I can kind of see why we've not been getting perhaps as much service as we could have done, because the midfield just felt a bit quiet to me. But maybe it's because it was all going on down the wings, and that's why he was a bit quieter. I don't know. If I'm being brutally honest, I barely noticed him. And I was trying to catch up on which player was where, and right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I actually think that's a good thing after recent weeks, don't you, Coxie, that we didn't notice whether who was in the midfield in general, let alone just one particular player. It was running like clockwork as a partnership, and towards the end, as I said to Callie there, Harper came on and did his role, did his job, and really sort of gave us that power and punch from the midfield. But Carroll came in for Harper. What would you give him?
Well, same as Amy said about Evans. I can't recall whether you then get mentioned. Those two get mentioned a lot, but compared to other weeks when mistakes have come from, be it Harper and Evans, they didn't get mentioned for that. So I'll give him a 6.
Yep, okie dokie. Moving out wide to the right, Wes Burns. Amy.
Oh, I've been looking forward to seeing him play ever since we signed him, because we saw him play against us right at the end of last season, didn't we? And he was the one that stood out in that game. Really, I enjoyed him for the first half. I thought that it felt like he was involved in pretty much everything we did moving forward. He felt energetic. He felt fast, which we don't really tend to see in our players, but he flagged, in my opinion, in the second half. And it might be because we as a team were getting a bit more nervy and sitting back a bit more. But as part of him and Bon and Chelina up front, exciting, really, really enjoying the way they're all playing together. A little bit nervous, so maybe a 5. But then the first half I thought was a lot higher than that. So I think I'm being hard.
Okay, well, Finch says Wes' class, 8 out of 10. Matt Stannard, a lot better today. Give him a lot. 7 more gutsy today. Leighton Durrant, we had 2 massive chances. Second half should have been 3-0, really. Tractor Boy Botswana, why are we trying to sort of create a division between fans when we've won a game of football? I don't get this. Like, we
need to enjoy the moment. Yes,
absolutely.
Come on, we won.
Cookout Brigade don't deserve this result. Sorry, come on, you Blues.
I think as well, when you cause a division like that, it's not actually possible to have sensible conversations around it. I will quite happily say I wanted Cook gone. Not even this time last week. It was before that. I'd given up. If they'd have sacked him, I wouldn't have cared. This week, I feel differently. This week, because of the build up to this game and how well we've played, you are allowed to fluctuate. You are allowed to change your mind, and you are allowed to stand back and say, actually, I was maybe a bit harsh last week. But if someone's turning around and saying, oh, you're not allowed to celebrate this win because you want to Cook out, then you're not going to be quite so up for a conversation, are you? And that's a shame, because it's all about opinions.
Yeah, and I'm almost the other way. I'm enjoying the feeling of a win, hating the fact I'm not there, obviously due to ill health, but actually also thinking it's one win. Let's see what happens next week, and then at Doncaster, and then moving forward. I've had 6 games, or however many games it is, where we've not won, in which to draw my opinion on Thursday, for example, from. This one win it might be a plaster over a gaping wound. It could be a foundation brick. We don't know yet. Let's, as a fan base, enjoy it and say we want a game of football, have
Yeah,
that side up.
Hopefully it is the foundations. You know, like you said, one swallow does not summer make, but got to build upon this. Come on.
I don't think there's a
Still
town
part
fan
of the
alive.
journey.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a town fan alive who wanted or who has said Cook should be replaced that does not want to be wrong. That's that's the point of wanting what you wanted, because you want the best for town. And if it ends up being it was just a bit more patience, then you're all going to say, and this is me included, Sailor V. While he's winning, he can do what he likes.
I liked what Ben said in the preview show about if I had a magic lamp and I could rub it and ask a genie for a wish, it would be that Cook is successful. It wouldn't be that Cook goes and we win under the new manager. It would be we want to have a success as it is. It's just that he's a bit nervous about whether Cook can manage it, and is quite, you know, that's quite fair to be worried at the moment, I think. So you're right. If you having a knee-jerk reaction after a loss that we're shit and we're going to get relegated is just as bad as having a knee-jerk reaction after we win that anyone who doubts us isn't a proper fan, I think. So let's meet in the middle and all be friends.
Absolutely. On to Selena. What are we going to give him out of 10?
Go on, Amy.
It's your turn, I think, isn't it, Coxie?
It is. Well done, Amy. Someone knows their turn.
I will give him a 7 out of 10. He done better than what I expected him to do, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
After coming about having the god awful bloody COVID and plus the heart condition as well. Yeah, I thought he done well. As Matt said, he was unlucky not to score. Obviously, he was still a bit rusty. You know, still needs the game time. The get match fit. Hopefully, he come through Sheffield Wednesday and Donny in the next sort of week and a half, and then he'd be cooking on gas then, and we'd be singing the tequila song.
What?
Yeah. We're waiting for that one to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to singing that on the terraces. It's a new song for a start. We've not had a new song sung by the North Stand for a long time.
Yeah. Give Ali a rest for a little while. Perhaps.
John Uffy, bear with me a moment. This is a massive win today, and especially with a clean sheet. I've always felt that once the first win arrived, the improvement will be tenfold. Maybe momentum start to build now. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that comment. Selena, 7 out of 10. Jason Clayton, 7. Will get better with game time. Leighton Durrant, Selena, miles ahead than any other players first half. He's going to love this league. JC, only one win, but have to start somewhere. That was the most hard-fought win we needed. The midfield was lots more solid, and we didn't get completely overrun like previous games. Scott Fraser. Amy, what did you make of Scotty Fraser? It's your first time you've seen him. What did you make of what has been billed the best number 10 in League One for the last couple of seasons?
I think for me, he lived up to the hype. I enjoyed him. I thought he was handy up front. I thought he was setting up play. He was, whenever he got the ball, I felt like we were going to do something with it. And I'm not convinced I've felt like that about Ipswich players for a long time. So the excitement in my head about where we can go with him is definitely, I do think he's living up to the hype. And I would quite happily give him a 7, as we have with the defenders today.
7.5 says Louis Fenton for Scott Fraser.
Amy's still not Matt Hollander, is he?
Well, obviously.
Nobody is Matt Hollander.
I'm still annoyed they should have retired the number 8 after he left, I think.
Tractor Boy Botswana. I took my Ipswich necklace off today, which I hadn't worn until the start of the season. It worked. They won. Well, why didn't you take it off sooner? What have you been playing at? We've all been blaming Cook, Tractor Boy Botswana, and really it was you and that necklace.
Definitely. Yep. This T-shirt I've worn today, I put it on to sleep in last night because I couldn't find my pajamas, and it was the first thing that came out of the cupboard, and I've just been in it all day, and we've won, so I'm going to have to make sure I wear it for Accrington now, aren't I? And every other game in between.
And every night you go to sleep, yeah.
As you can tell, Mark, she's a married woman in her pajamas.
Family show, guys. Coxie, talking of hot and steamy, Macaulay Bonne.
Hot and steamy.
Oh. He's our boy, and he's Ipswich.
Love him.
He's sticking goals in for fun. We love him.
Is that a first away goal? Or has he scored away from home so far?
No. Yeah, he's been scoring for fun
everywhere. I know he's scored a lot at home. And I feel like the thing is, we know the atmosphere today was fantastic from the Ipswich fans, and he will have absolutely thrived off that. And I just think I've seen a few people say it on Twitter, if we don't sign him permanently after this year, we are absolutely mad. So if he does want to come to, hopefully, well, we'll go up and then he'll come to a championship side and it'll be fine. But I could see it really working well for him here, because how could you not go out and enjoy playing for your own team and having the fans chanting your name? It's what we all dream of, surely. So I just think it's I'm already picturing him lifting the trophy on the final day of the season.
Honestly, the only way I can possibly see him not being signed on a permanent is if we're priced out of the market. That's the only way. Yeah. Because we've got owners now that are willing to invest if the deal is right. Yeah. He's performing well.
Yeah.
The only way we don't possibly get to keep him is if, sadly, he does too well, and
I was thinking that
teams further up the championship pyramid. Because if we do go up, which is a long way off, we just won one game. Let's not get too carried away. But if we were, and that's the way we'd have to sign him by getting promoted, he wouldn't come back to League One.
No.
You might get a more established side, have a bit more money or foundation to stay up, which could tempt him. But right now, he's on fire.
Let's not worry about that.
And he's playing for us for the rest of the year. So happy days. So Donasian is probably the man of the match from the contributors. You've all spoken there. There's 2 or 3 players that stand out. I want to just finish on looking ahead. Wednesday. How big is that game now after a win? Is it vital we win again, or would a point now suddenly be realistically a good one? And not the way it would have been perceived before the game, Coxie.
Wednesday? Have we got a game Wednesday?
No, Wednesday, next week. Sheffield Wednesday. Next Saturday.
Sheffield Wednesday on.
Beg your pardon. Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, we need to build. We don't need to lose. We need to get the wins. The home game. Need to win. Yeah. Need to make another statement. No, need to make another statement against. We didn't know how they would fare when they came down. Obviously, we know the answer to that now. They're doing all right. Yeah, let's make a statement. Let's win against them next week.
Yeah.
Well, so were we early days.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. Early part of the season under Lambert, we were flying. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be promoted come the end of the year. But looking to build on that. Amy, when's your first game? Do you know?
Accrington, 2 weeks today.
Accrington,
counting down the hours.
Who knows?
And still haven't bought a blooming ticket for it because they haven't released them until Monday.
There we go. But by then, we may be looking much, much better. But Town have won. Town have won. Hey. I am off to lie down in the dark room. Enjoy your Saturday nights. The cider, the beer, the takeaway, the Chinese, the Indian. They'll all taste a lot sweeter and better this evening because Ipswich Town have won a game of football. And who knows where this journey, now it's kickstarted, will take us. I have been the governor. That has been Coxie. That has been the Queen of Hearts, Amy Down. This is Talking Town, FCA national finalist. Join us tomorrow at 1:30 for Talking Town with myself, Matt Phillips and Richard Moss. But until then, enjoy your Saturday nights and we've won a game.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better